To begin with our click training, we started off with primary reinforcement. This attempt at classical conditioning did not work. The primary source would not motivate her to jump out of the tank or attempt at any other tricks. While click training her, she showed an unconditional response to the clicker which she believed scared her. She would flinch at the sound of the clicker, and after that moment, instead of clicking, we used primary reinforcement. It was after that we learned that a primary reinforcement would not work to enforce her. So we attempted at using secondary reinforcements, which we discovered was the rat tubes that we had in our cage. After trying to condition her to go through the maze, we attempted going back at primary enforcer, but it did not work. Then we used the secondary reinforcer, which was her tubes, but it also did not work. Unfortunately, we could not shape our rat to go through the maze as we wanted. We decided that Moo, our rat, had decided that both primary and secondary reinforcements were both generalized. We then moved on to chaining, which we had more success with. We had decided that we would use the method of chaining of obstacles together to achieve Moo's potential, but first we had taught her to do certain obstacles individually. We shaped our rat, Moo, to first go across a wooden bridge taped together, and the secondary obstacle that we taught our rat to go through was a black tube, which she went over. The third obstacle was a wooden bar held up by 2 tissue boxes. At first, Moo responded to this obstacle with an unconditional response by going under the wooden bar instead of going over it. We were not satisfied with this outcome and therefore decided to modify the obstacle by putting a piece of paper around the wooden bar from preventing Moo to go around it. At first attempts, Moo would continue to go under it even with the paper there, but with shaping and positive reinforcement by sticking in her cage, she was finally able to achieve the goal of going over it. When she was done going over the third obstacle, she would finally climb up on the rope bridge and be rewarded by going through her secondary reinforcement of rat tubes. We also used a black gloved hand to symbolize punishment.